So this problem is deciding whether or not to drop a product line. So it's always beneficial for a company to look at all of the different products or different segments it's offering to figure out which ones are profitable and which ones aren't. So you can, in this case, they're looking at their two product lines, DVDs and Blu-ray discs. So requirement 1, it says prepare an incremental analysis to show whether Video Avenue should drop the DVD product line. And will dropping it add $30,000 to their operating income? And so what you're looking at here is you want to figure out, in these types of decisions, you're only looking at costs that are going to change. So here we see that if we drop the DVDs, we're going to lose revenue of 120, and that's right, 120,000. That's coming right from the table in the book. And you're also going to decrease your expenses by 80,000. So that's the variable expenses to produce the DVDs. So if you drop the DVDs, what you're actually losing is $40,000. $40,000 is what you're losing. And in this problem, the fixed expenses for the manufacturing and marketing, so the $55,000 and the 15,000 of fixed cost, that's 70,000. That is that's going to be there anyway, so that's irrelevant. It doesn't get taken into account when you're making this decision, because again, your manufacturing costs, your marketing, your administration people, you're not going to be getting rid of all of that just because you're dropping that division. So you're not going to be saving those costs. So the answer here is you should not drop the DVDs, because you're not going to be saving $30,000. You're actually going to be losing $40,000 by dropping the DVD line. Okay, so now we're going to move to the second requirement. So now, with the second requirement, here it's introducing the idea that the company can avoid some fixed expenses. So when you're approaching these problems, unless it says the company can avoid fixed expenses, you should assume they can't. So if they can reduce some of their fixed costs by dropping a line or by outsourcing, whatever the case may be, then you would be told one way or the other in the problem. So now what happens if the company can reduce their fixed costs? This changes it a little bit. So again, by dropping the DVD line, you're going to reduce your revenue by 120,000. You're going to reduce your variable cost by 80 and your fixed expenses by 30,000. So lost revenue of 120 less reduced expenses of 110,000 means that if you drop the DVD line under this scenario, it's still not a good idea, because you're going to lose $10,000 in profit here. So you shouldn't do it. So under this scenario, again, because you're not avoiding all of your fixed costs, you're only avoiding 30,000 of them, it's still not beneficial for the company to drop the DVD line. Okay, so requirement number 3. Requirement number 3 is asking us to look at what would happen if you could, it says here, assume that all of the 70,000 in fixed costs can be avoided, but the marketing department has concluded that the Blu-ray sales would be affected by dropping the DVD line. So they're anticipating that the Blu-ray line would decline by 10%. So again, the same idea. If you drop the DVDs, you're going to lose your $120,000 in revenue. You're going to have a reduction in variable cost of $80,000. Now you're going to have a reduction in fixed cost of $70,000. So the increase in operating income could come out to be $30,000, but now you're going to have a loss of 10% of your sales in your Blu-ray disc of 10%. So 10% times the 150,000 contribution margin from the Blu-rays is coming out to be 15,000 lost. So here you would increase your operating income in this situation by $15,000. So this is the only scenario where you would actually consider dropping the DVD line. So that concludes the debrief for 8-21.